Alright guys, so today you have a sub. Let's get our note done. So we're on page 43, difference of squares. We've already done slide, divide, bottoms up with our examples and practices on 41, 42. Okay, so we're going to look at differences of squares. You'll get the handout. Okay, we'll fill out our notes and then we'll do some example problems. The example problems will be in a second video. That way this one is not too long. Please, during this video, if you need the sub to pause it, to rewind, please ask, and they should pause and rewind it for you. Thanks. Okay, so let's get started. So go ahead and we're going to copy it down first, and then you can glue it in between videos. All right. All right. So let's get started. So when we're factoring the difference of squares. Okay, so when we're factoring the difference of squares, again, we have three conditions that must be met. The first condition is, again, the degree. Turn this a little bit, right? Degree must be 2. Again, we're still working with quadratics. Okay. Second condition is number of terms must be 2. So we're looking at a binomial. Okay, so the ones we've done so far have been 3 terms trinomial. This one's going to be a binomial, so there's only going to be 2 terms, which we can see in our example. And last but not least, we must be able to take the square root of A and C. Okay, so here are our 3 conditions. Degree must be 2, number of terms must be 2, so we're talking about a binomial, and must be able to take the square root, and I just used the sign so we could fit it all, of A and C. Okay, so factoring the difference of squares. It's very important that you get this difference part, okay? So the difference, okay, this right here literally means this right here. Okay, there has to be a subtraction sign in between your 2 terms, or it doesn't work. Okay, so if there's not a subtraction sign, then you can't use this method. All right, let's go through our 3 steps. Our first step, you're going to take the square root, and I can't even spell take right. Take the square root of the first term, and then this will go first in both sets of parentheses. Okay, so we're going to take the square root of the first term, which is this ax squared term, and then when we write our parentheses, it will go in first. And as we walk through our example, our actual example, we'll see more of that. Okay, now step 2 is to take the square root of the second term, and then this will go last in both parentheses, okay? You can zoom in a little bit. Okay? There we go. step number 3 and the final step is to make 1 parentheses addition and 1 parentheses subtraction. Okay. So those are our 3 steps. Alright, time for example time. (81x squared minus 36). Okay, so we're going to break this one down step by step, and then when we start our examples in practice, we'll do a little less breakdown for the ones of us that move quicker. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is take the square root of the first term. So our first term is going to be this 81x squared. Okay, so this is our first term. Okay, I'm going to break it apart though. So I'm going to break it up to 81 and x squared. So our first term, square root of 81, and the square root of x squared. Okay, so 81, okay, 81 is 9 times 9. Okay, so they're twins, so twins can go out. So what happens is this just equals 9. So the square root of 81 is 9. Okay, same thing with variables. The square root of x squared is the square root of x times x. They're twins, so they can go out. So the square root of x squared is x. Okay, so basically what happens when you take the square root of a variable is the 2 and the square root cancel out and you're just left with your base, which is x. Okay, now we need to draw in our parentheses, so I'm going to put down some parentheses down here.
Good morning, Mary. Please stop to take 5 minutes.
Put in your first term into the first section of each parentheses. So we get 9x, 9x. Then it's time to take the square root of the second term. Alright, so this is your second term. Okay, so you're going to take the square root of 36. The square root of 36 is the same thing as taking the square root of 6 and 6. They're twins, so they can go out. So the square root of 36 is 6. That will be placed into the last spot in each parentheses. Okay. So you have your first term and your last term, and the last thing you have to do is add in your signs. So one is addition and one is subtraction, so you literally just write plus minus or minus plus, however you want to write it, and you're done. Okay, so this is going on page 43 in your notebooks, and we'll do a quick video next on your examples. Alright, so go ahead and get it glued down.